Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is MRA for the ones that don't know. Okay, I have missed a ton in the time that I've been gone, but know that I'm back. I'm not gonna talk about what happened and all that kind of stuff. Nobody cares about that, so let's get back to the reactions. This is my reaction to TVD Season 1 Episode 4, titled Family Ties. And without further ado, enough jibber jabber, let's get into this reaction right freaking now.
Hello?
This is Logan Fell coming to you live from the streets of Mystic Falls with breaking news of another deadly animal attack. The wild animal terrorizing the citizens of Mystic Falls has claimed another victim, local high school student Elena Gilbert. Police are certain that forensic evidence will confirm that this is the same animal responsible for recent attacks.
You know it's coming down.
Most likely a mountain lion, estimated at 200.
Okay, this is weird. Maybe not weird. Strange is the word. Strange. Very strange. What's going on here? She's dreaming, right? Or, okay, Stephanie's dreaming.
Bad dream? Do you know how easy it was to get in your head just
So
now?
every time he's close,
We really need some human blood. Might even the playing field.
even Stefan can have like
Football
a nightmare.
reference. Too soon.
He's like, really? You think that's gonna do
All right,
something?
I deserve that. But I just wanted to let you know they caught the culprit. The animal responsible for killing Coach Tanner and all those people.
What are you talking about?
It was a mountain lion, really big one. It attacked a hunter this morning. It's all over the news. Deadly beast captured. All's well in Mystic Falls.
Why would you cover your tracks?
I can confirm that a 12-foot Puma mountain lion attacked a hunter and was subsequently shot and killed. The hunter is in stable condition.
The real animal is still out there, waiting for me, challenging me to fight back, to stop him. But how do I stop a monster without becoming one myself?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Has been caught. All
Scumball.
curfews and restrictions have been lifted
Scum
effective
bucket.
immediately.
Who are you talking
And
to?
town's events will
Him.
resume as planned, including tomorrow night's
The news guy?
Founders
Also
Conference
known as
celebration.
Logan Scumfell.
Did your mom ever tell you why I moved away from Mystic Falls?
Oh, no way. You and him?
Logan Fell.
He's cute. He is not cute. There's nothing cute about him.
Great-grandma Mary's wedding ring.
How much do you think this stuff is worth? You know, like on eBay.
You're not gonna find out.
That stuff is mom and dad's. You can't just give it away.
I'm not giving it away. It's called a loan, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's gonna happen every time.
Well, this year there's this heritage project that meant a lot to my mom. She was really involved in the Founders Council, and it was her favorite party. I know it sounds really boring, but
I would be honored to accompany you, Miss Gilbert.
the pleasure is all mine, Mr. Salvatore.
Charles, Founders Party. Focus.
So how are we all doing over here?
Nah, we're doing great, sweetheart.
Is there anything else I can get you?
No, we're fine, thanks.
Just a check, honey.
Here you go, Mayor Lockwood.
Thanks.
True. But it'll be less stupid and lame if you're there.
Dude, leave her, man. She's not gonna stop.
Why are you here, Damon?
To spend time with you, Zach. Family's important.
I know you. You always have a motive. So tell me, what is it this time?
You're in no position to question me.
I didn't mean to upset you.
This is not upset, Zach.
What's going on?
Having a family moment, Stefan. Spending some quality time.
Irvine could weaken him if he ingested it. It would help get you the upper hand.
Vervain hasn't grown here since 1865.
Ooh, that's a long ass time.
Little hand I gave to Elena. What?
Ooh, he has some left. Hell yeah, kid. Because basically he's his nephew. Not basically, he is his nephew.
Sounds like one person's side of the story, meaning Damon's.
I just wanted you to know.
Anyway, his past relationships are none of my business.
Unless he's a calculating, manipulative liar. That is your business.
Stefan is none of those things.
Yeah, how do you know?
(1864). You and Catherine were the perfect couple. It was hell watching you dance with her.
My happiness was short-lived, as you well know.
I remember. I admire your efforts, Stefan. Pouring yourself a drink, then spiking the bottle with Vervain. I'm not some drunk sorority chick. You can't roofie me. But I can't help but feel a little used. Thought we were having a moment. Have to go to the party angry.
Oh no. No, no, no. Ah, Stefan, you should have been smarter than this.
That was his favorite scotch. I'm sorry, I thought it would work.
I wasn't counting on it.
You knew it would fail.
Did what I wanted. I lowered his guard. He won't expect me to try again so soon.
Okay, okay.
I doubled what I put in the scotch.
I doubted you, but you're smarter than you look. And I mean that in a very good way. He's clearly a smart guy.
Really? You couldn't even change out of the badge for this?
I'm working, honey. Who's the date you just tried to sneak past me?
Just some guy?
A little old for you, don't you think?
Oh, because otherwise you'd approve. Yeah, I doubt that.
So she's one of those moms, huh?
Where's your dad?
Memphis.
Good.
With Steven.
Oh, oh yes, I love that. That's funny. That's great. That's so good. Oh my God, that's great. There's probably a great reason why the dad is not into the mom anymore. Anymore. Is the guy gonna show up, the reporter guy, and come talk to her? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hello,
too.
Logan.
But we're secretly hoping.
And now that I have...
Oh, hey, not so fast. I know you. You have a lot more insults in you, I can tell. You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yes, I have. I'm meaner now.
Is that Damon Salvatore?
Oh no.
And Stefan Salvatore?
Oh no.
The
You should have
original
known
Salvatore
that this
brothers.
was gonna happen.
Our ancestors. Tragic story, actually. Some of the founders on the Confederacy side back then wanted them rounded up and burned alive.
Whoa.
Stefan and Damon had someone they loved very much in that church.
Oh.
You'll have to forgive my son's rudeness. He gets it from his father.
Oh, that's okay, Mrs. Lockwood. Tyler and I were just saying goodnight.
That's what you get when you bring the trash into the party.
Yeah, she's one of those moms. No wonder why the kid's like that. What the hell did your dad see in her, dude? Or is your dad just like her? Ah, poor Bonnie. She's just there alone. Oh, yeah. Oh man. That witch side. Yeah, the witch side is coming out. Hell yeah.
You're not supposed to touch. What is that?
Very important crystal.
Did Damon hurt you? No, of course not. Just leave me alone, okay, Elena?
I am so over you now.
Okay, don't tell me that he just killed her.
What the hell?
Oh, genius! I didn't even think about that! Hell yeah! That's what he meant when he said that he needed to leave.
So I spiked hers.
Genius! His plan worked to perfection! Now whoop his ass!
Are you sure?
5 bodies all drained of blood. I'm certain.
They've come back.
Okay, so I guess they are part of the group, the hunters or something, that throughout generations were hunting them for years. Okay, that's it. Let's get into this review. Okay, let's talk about Damon. When he said football reference after he said playing field, yep, that was so hilarious. Once again, Damon is having so much fun and you can see it throughout this entire episode. They said something about John Farfados. I don't know who that is. That's something that I need to look up. I love the moments in showcasing the differences between Damon and Stefan, especially in how human Stefan has become compared to his brother. So Logan Fell, or Logan Scumfell as Aunt Jenna calls him, we of course find out that he's the reason why she moved out of town, and later on we get a little bit more of the story regarding these two, with him cheating with Monica. But you can see that there's a part of her that still clearly loves him or has some level of interest in him. Logan is right, he does know his audience. And I'm guessing that Aunt Jenna loves cheese fries and they already made plans to go to lunch. He just knows the right things to say. It's like he has this grip over her. And I feel like he has this bad boy energy about him that you can't trust. And even him saying that he's going to steal that pocket watch is going to lead to this scenario ending up badly. It's clear that Elena and Jeremy are going through a lot, that they are dealing with their own mental health issues, probably a lot of stress and depression, maybe even thinking about selling the grandma's wedding ring at one point on eBay, but at the same time feeling that these are the belongings of his parents and don't belong anywhere else. And of course, both of them are making great points, but I do love the fact that Elena still left the pocket watch on the table, learning later down the line that actually this was passed on from generation to generation, that the grandpa left it for the dad, and the dad in return left it for Jeremy. Elena and Stefan talking about the Founders Party and how that whole heritage project meant a lot to her mom. Throughout that whole convo, we get another scene where you can see that she really likes this guy. And right there when they were, trying to do the dirty and he started going into vampire mode, it made me think that this guy is probably never ever going to be able to have sex. And it immediately reminded me of the Hulk. I love Damon's subtle joke with him being like, this is the real world where vampires burn in the sun and don't sparkle. This has to be a dig at Twilight. It just has to be. It's like the one show telling the other show, oh, you're silly, even though both are absolutely silly. When he was dishing out all this information to Caroline, I wonder how much she was retaining. Like after he lets her go, is she going to remember everything that happened? Is it just going to be a little bit? So that's really gonna be interesting to see. And then he also dished out a huge piece of information telling Caroline that a way, maybe the only way, for her to become a vampire would be for her to feed on his blood, kill him, and then feed on a human's blood. Okay, I need to keep that in mind in case that happens later down the line. Hella interesting for sure, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully that's an epic scene. Tyler's mom's face when she saw the way Vicky and her son were looking at each other, the responses to one another, that was some really good acting from those two there. Vicky Donovan. It goes to show women with their fantasies. She has envisioned this life with this guy in her head. That's not impossible, but still so good to be true. Instead of going for the guy that treats her right, she goes for the guy that she basically can't get. She even says screw you Jeremy when he tells her basically exactly that. And he follows it up with that. She knows that it's the wrong decision, but she will make it anyway. Because what if, just what if this fantasy comes true? Even though I like her at certain points in this, I'm still like, come on. So Stefan can only defeat Damon by consuming human blood or using vervain to poison him. It's kind of crazy that it hasn't grown for like all these years now, since 1855. But it turns out SAG has been growing it in some dungeon or basement or whatever you want to call it, because it's a tradition passed down from generation to generation. I wonder why. Is it maybe because some vampires were going rogue and the others needed to stop them? Maybe that's something explored in the future. Damon is such a clever piece of crap, isn't he? With him fabricating this whole story, knowing that Caroline is not someone to keep things to herself, and Bonnie somewhat showing that as well. But in her case, I get it. She's just trying to protect her friend. I will say that it's ironic that Damon felt like he was being used, even though he used Vicky and Caroline as well. I love the character development with Elena there, showcasing some wisdom, telling Bonnie that it's just one side of the story, meaning Damon's side of the story. Instead of jumping to conclusions, she needs to know the whole thing. She has overall been a character you can really get behind. At one point, Damon said, "You're dead, dude, get over it." So that's another thing to find out when it comes to vampires. How does this whole dead thing work? So Stefan is a 150-year-old vampire. They're not twins, right? So how old is Damon? No spoilers, of course, peeps. I'll find out on my own, don't worry about it. I'm just letting you know that it makes me wonder. This was more of an enjoyable episode with Damon, cracking jokes. When people in cinema and television refer to a joke as a funny, it once more makes me think about Master Splinter from TMNT. And this Mrs. Lockwood is not playing around. She is really keeping an eye on her son. She is really invested in the future of her son. But it perhaps is for her own gain. Or maybe she's just trying to keep the wealth within the family and doesn't want, in her words, trash to come in and take all of that away from them. In a way, I can kind of respect him telling Jeremy that he actually does care about Vicky and even trying to get her away from the public's eye, mainly his mom, because he knows how she is. But he's basically only delaying the inevitable, which is sad because he deserves to be happy too, and he's clearly a good kid. It just now makes more sense why he's such a jerk, such a bully at school. That was a great plan from Sax and Stefan. The whole way this plan was orchestrated to get him to drink the vervain was absolutely well done. I love the beef, well, at least the entertainment part between Caroline and her mother, and better yet, her dad being in Memphis with Steven. I wonder why, and of course, it takes two people to tango, two people to be in a relationship. So of course, he made his mistakes as well and should take some level of accountability. But let's be honest, it's probably the masculine energy that she portrayed, especially in this scene, that most likely led to the dad leaving, her opinion being another one of them, and also probably that the dad might be gay or bisexual. Spoken of clever plans earlier, Damon was quite clever and diabolical with his trying to get some alone time with Elena, and that line of "it always comes down to the love of a woman" I bet hits home for a good amount of people, which I felt as well. A lot of things you could really feel throughout this episode, with this definitely, and how scared Stefan got when he was dreaming about Elena getting killed, how emotional Jeremy got as soon as Elena put that watch right in front of him, and the way Tyler was acting throughout this entire episode. Bonnie's journey to becoming a witch has been simple and realistic enough to be believable. It's just right enough to be considered excellent, and it was really well done throughout this series of episodes. I absolutely loved the visual of her looking at that mirror next to her and seeing that the candle was actually lit. The visual of Stefan standing next to that fountain, I think, and overhearing everything, knowing his plan is in fruition, not really listening to Elena, in which, might I add, I love her confrontation with Damon. It goes to show that she does care about Caroline. It makes sense, it's her childhood friend. Stefan finally getting that chance to strike and add insult to injury with everything that he said to his brother when he was weakened laying down on the ground. The last thing I loved about this episode is Stefan using Damon's line and newspaper headline of "Deadly Beast Captured, All's Well in Mystic Falls." This felt similar to a "what goes around comes around" scenario, or a "you were right, the beast was captured, but it wasn't a mountain lion, it was you instead." And him actually putting him there next to the vervain is like a second insult to injury actually. I loved it, it was absolutely hilarious and justified. As I said before, Logan can get the watch. I knew the mom wasn't buying Elena's story. Come on, of course she's smarter than that. And 5 bodies have been completely drained of blood. They are back. So I'm guessing this small town group of elites, or maybe descendants that got this story of the Salvatores and who they are passed down to them, have been told to hunt them down or are doing this out of themselves. And this story got a whole lot juicier, and I'm here for it. Guys and gals, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel once more. My next reaction should be up tomorrow. Thanks for sticking with the channel, and I hope to see you in the next reaction video, reaction highlights, or full uncut reaction. Bye!